NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2021 season opener for both the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Northern Light Webcasting Network along with NLWN-TV. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's doubleheader between the Cavaliers and the 2-0 Bloomer Woodticks. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Woodticks. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Page Show. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of both games of today's doubleheader from Stuckert Field in Bloomer, Wisconsin. So it's time to get ready for this baseball season to get underway, and we'll do that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we are getting ready to bring you all the action of today's doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the 2-0 Bloomer Woodticks. The Cavaliers are excited to get back into baseball action following the year off they had in 2020 due to COVID-19. This year's Cavalier team is a new-look Cavaliers with only 7 players returning, including manager Ryan Page from last year's or from the 2019 Cavaliers. As we await to see the production of the new players on the Cavaliers, the Cavs will need to rely on the leadership of those returning veterans. This season, the Cavs will be a young team with a lot of potential. Now, going into the season, the pitching staff will be led by southpaw Tanner Halverson, who in 2019 posted a 4-win and 3-loss record with a very respectable 3.24 ERA, while holding his opponents to only a .212 batting average. Halverson also recorded 64 strikeouts in his 50 innings pitched. At the plate, the Cavaliers look to Tyler Herman to lead the way. In 2019, the right-handed infielder posted a .415 batting average, including 4 home runs. They also look to Jalen Williams to improve his batting average in order to showcase his speed, where in 2019, 80% of his hits went for extra bases. Other hitters to look for include Cole Timon, who hit for .341, and Cole Leckvin, who hit for .322 in 2019. The Bloomer Woodticks come into today's games with a 2-0 record following their doubleheader sweep over the Beef River Bullfrogs in Strum last Sunday by scores of 10-9 and 5-1. Now, the only information we have on those games comes from the Bloomer Twitter feed, where they said it was good to see the bats out. That usually takes us a few weeks or seasons. Now, it appears as though those bats surely came alive last Sunday, and that will present a challenge for the Cavalier pitching staff today. The Woodticks were able to play an independent schedule last season as the Chippewa River Baseball League canceled its league schedule due to COVID-19. According to the CRBL website, the Ticks continue to build around their core and add young players from Bloomer hungry to contribute. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, look to get their young team to gel and eventually create a challenge to the 4-time defending league champion Osseo Merchants. And that all begins today with this doubleheader against those Bloomer Woodticks. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Page's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Page Show. You're tuned in to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Time now for the Ryan Page Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Page gives us his perspective on today's Cavalier action. And now, the Ryan Page Show.
Today we're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Page. And Ryan, in just a few minutes, we're going to be starting the 2021 Cavalier season. After having to sit last year with no Cavalier baseball, this has got to feel pretty good.
Oh, it's going to feel great getting back out on the field again. The guys are real excited to play this year. They were real disappointed that we had to cancel last year because of COVID, but they're definitely anxious to get back out there this year.
Now, Ryan, this is your first season at the helm of the Cavaliers. Could you fill us in a little bit on your background?
Well, I went to North and I graduated back in 2002, played all 4 years of baseball there, and then I went on and played collegiately at University of Dubuque down in Iowa. And then came back here and came back to Eau Claire, started coaching at Eau Claire Memorial. Did that for 13 years and then been with the Cavs for the last 10 years. And now I'm taking over.
Now this season presents some challenges for the Cavaliers with a pretty young squad with such a young team. Where's the leadership among the players going to come from?
Oh, definitely the returners. We definitely got a solid group coming back. It's not as many as what we normally have, but the guys that we have coming back is definitely very solid, and they know that they're going to be that leadership type role.
Can you give us a little background on the players of this season's team, such as what veterans and collegiate players you have and so on?
Well, we got Tyler Herman back, we got Cole Lekvin back, Cole Timon back, Paul Petit's coming back, so we've got a lot of good core guys that way. They're all coming back. A lot of the guys, Jalen Williams is also one coming back, but we have a lot of college guys that are still away at school to start the season, so we'll get them towards the end of May, but they're scattered all over. Some are at Winona State, some are up at University of Minnesota Duluth, St. Scholastica, so they're all over the place right now.
So once they get back together, then the Cavaliers will be at full strength and we should see some exciting baseball.
Yes, definitely. Yep. I'm excited with the team that we have this year. We got a lot of very good ball players, a little bit younger than what we've been in the past, but these guys are good and they know the game.
Now today the Cavaliers open the season against the Bloomer Woodticks. What can you tell us about the Woodticks and what special challenges do they present?
Well, Bloomer's always a scrappy team, that's for sure. So we know that they're going to put the ball in play. Their pitchers are going to throw strikes, so we're going to have to attack the zone. Other than that, I mean, they're going to have some guys that can run, and like I said, just a scrappy team, and it's going to be a tough first test for us.
Now, Ryan, well, I'll tell you what, good luck on today's games, and hopefully the Cavaliers will have a successful beginning to the 2021 season.
I hope so. Thank you very much.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Page Show, with Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's Cavalier action. Stay tuned. More in the dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chant high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and her. I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. The Cavaliers are looking to open the 2021 season on the right foot and hopefully posting a couple of wins in today's doubleheader. Now, on the other hand, the Bloomer Woodticks would like to show that their doubleheader sweep over the Beef River Bullfrogs was no fluke, and they'd like to remain unbeaten on the season. For the Cavaliers to be successful, they must get leadership from their veterans and play clean, nearly error-free baseball. The rest will take care of itself. So the stage is set for some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have all the action of both games for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petchow at Stuckert Field in Bloomer, and we'll bring you all the action of today's season opening doubleheader. All that's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Stuckert Field in Bloomer, Wisconsin, where we've got Cavalier baseball for you. Today, the Cavaliers open the season on the road, taking on the Bloomer Woodticks. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and our new camera person, Cassie over there, getting ready to give us all the good views of today's game. Both teams have just wrapped up infield practice, and so we're getting ready for the first game of this season. The umpires are here, and we're just about ready to get started. In fact, let's go through the starting lineups real quick. Dan's busy getting things ready to keep track of stats and everything. And,
good afternoon, baseball fans.
And so,
today's game is
starting lineups for the Cavaliers, leading off and catching, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting second, then shortstop, number 6, Cole Lekvin. Batting third. And we take a moment here for the national anthem.
and the playing of our national anthem. And we're getting all that much closer to the start of the season. And we'll continue with that starting lineup. I believe I left off with Cavaliers batting order. I wrote the guy's uniform number down instead of his position. There we go. Playing second base, number 33, Tyler Herman. He's batting third. Batting fourth and playing third base is Kendra Gulo. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 2, Mitch Voller. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 20, Corey Button. Batting seventh and pitching, number 18, Corey Bergman. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 9, Jalen Williams. And batting ninth for the Cavaliers, the first baseman, number 44, Logan Irvine. Managers are meeting out at the home plate with the umpires. The starting lineup for the Bloomer Woodticks, batting first and catching, number 15, also the manager, Noah Lane. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Corey Poyer. Batting third and pitching, number 12, Curtis Dockel. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 22, Matt Schley. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 20, Jesse Holman. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 25, Avery Masick. And batting seventh, playing left field, Brent Serrar. He's wearing number 4. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 7, Trent Tozer. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 5, Jake Malinowski. And the Woodticks take the field as we're getting ready to get things rolling. Dockel on the mound. Woodticks come into today's game with a 2-0 record after sweeping the Beef River Bullfrogs last weekend. Both teams are a little short on numbers. They're hoping some people show up before game 2. 2 7-inning games we have for you. And as we were talking in the dugout show with Ryan Page, Cavalier manager, the thing keeping the numbers down for the Cavaliers right now is simply quite a number of collegiate players, and their season isn't done yet. And so they'll get those back around the end of May, and then the Cavs will be at full strength. So they're going to try and accomplish some things with their skeleton crew. Stuckert Field, a nice little ballpark in the northwest corner of Bloomer. And we're ready to get the season started. Leading off for the Cavs, the catcher number 19, Cole Timon. He steps into the box, a right-handed hitter. The windup and the pitch is over the outside corner, called strike. And the season is underway. Dockel into the windup, and the 0-1 pitch is outside. Count evens up at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is right down the pipe, called strike. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, foul back. Count holds at 1-2. Here at Stuckert Field, we're at 320 down both lines to the left field and right field foul poles, and 385 to straightaway center. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lofted into left field, foul territory, just out of play. Count remains 1-2. He gave it a bit of a ride. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Drop third strike. And nope, they're saying it was a foul tip. He got a piece of it. So the count holds at 1-2. And the pitch is outside, evens up the count at 2-2. Smattering of fans here today. Most of them are actually Cavalier fans. And the pitch grounded down the third base side, and it's foul. Cole Timon hanging tough. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of the first. And the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into left center field, and it's gonna find the fence. It's off the fence, and Timon checks in with a double. That's gonna bring up shortstop Cole Leckman. Timon takes a lead at second, and the pitch, Leckman squares to bunt and sends it foul down the third baseline. Dockel checks aside, takes a look over at second, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, strike 2. That one was up around the letters. They look awfully big when they're up around the letters like that. And the 0-2 pitch, pop foul out of play, back behind us. That's what we didn't bring, Dan. We didn't bring our gloves. Count remains 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up second baseman Tyler Herman. Herman steps into the box. Timon takes a lead out at second. And the pitch is high, and Timon takes third. It hit Herman, which means Timon's going to have to go back to second because it was a dead ball. So that's going to bring up Kendra Angulo, sporting number 24. Runners at first and second, 1 out. First pitch a little bit high. Ball 1. Gulo's a third baseman. And the pitch is inside, ball 2. Dockel now all of a sudden struggling a little to find the plate. Runners at first and second. Dockel into the stretch. Checks the runner at second. And the 2-0 pitch. That one came right down the pipe. Both runners take leads. The pitch is low. Count goes to 3-1. It's a hitter's count. Wide open stance by Gulo. Long fly ball into left field. It's going to fall into the corner. Fair ball. No, they say foul ball. Our angle isn't quite the same as theirs, and they have a better look at it than we do. Boy, oh boy, had that been fair, there would have been a couple runs for the Cavs. The stretch, the pitch, outside ball 4, bases are loaded. Mitch Voller comes to the plate, left fielder.
Now batting left fielder number 2, Mitch Voller.
Cavs have the sacks full. 1 out, top of the first inning. Infield playing in. Going to try to cut off the run at the plate. And the pitch is over the inside corner for a strike. Dockel into the stretch. And the pitch. Called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Dockel into the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball into left field. This should score a run. It's caught back there by Serrar, and we have a sacrifice fly by Voller because in comes Timon. And the Cavs take a 1-0 lead. That brings up Corey Button. Herman takes a lead at third. Line drive into left field for a base hit. Herman comes in to score for the Cavs. Oh, and they got one dead to rights at third, but he dropped the ball at third base. Boy, the Cavs got lucky there. As Kendron Gulo kind of tried to stretch from first to third, and he was actually dead to rights, but the third baseman dropped the ball, and the Cavs do pick up another run. So they hang a crooked number in the top of the first. That brings up Corey Bergman. First pitch is fouled back, out of play. Runners on the corners for the Cavs. Pitch catches the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Dockel takes a look over at third and a glance at first. He's in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and that's the third out of the inning. But the Cavaliers pick up a crooked number, and as we go to the bottom of the first, it's Cavaliers 2. And the Woodticks are coming to bat. You're watching Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Not anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
And we're back here at Stuckert Field with Cavalier Baseball heading into the bottom of the first inning. Cavs pick up a couple runs in the top of the inning. And on the mound for the Cavaliers is Corey Bergman. We don't know a lot about Corey, but a big, tall right-hander. It's kind of nice for the Cavs to be able to pick up a couple runs in the top half of the first inning to get the season started on the right foot. Leading off for the Bloomer Woodticks will be the catcher and the manager, Noah Lane. He'll be followed by Poyer and pitcher Dockel. Hey fans, don't forget, coming up, if I can find my handy dandy sheet here. Well, I had it here. There we go. Our next Cavalier baseball games to be broadcast here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV will be on Sunday, May 23rd, so it's almost a month away, when the Cavaliers will host the Cadott Red Sox, and we'll give you more information about that a little bit later. But right now, Noah Lane steps into the box for the Bloomer Woodticks. Bergman's first pitch on the inside corner, strike one. Bergman takes a sign. He works from the stretch. Right at the knees. Strike two. Bergman shakes off a sign. Goes to the stretch, the 0-2 pitch, and called, third strike. 3 pitches and 1 out. That's going to bring up Corey Poyer. Corey Poyer is the shortstop, wearing number 2 for the Woodticks. First pitch is outside, ball one. The 1-0 pitch is outside, ball two. Bergman into the stretch. The 2-0 pitch was fouled off on the first base side. And the 2-1 pitch, swung on, grounded just on. This is going to be an infield hit. Nobody could get to it in time. Just down that third baseline, between the mound and the line, and Bergman's falling off the mound the opposite direction, and the third baseman, Gula, was playing a little bit deeper, and it was a long way for either one of them to go. And lo and behold, Poyer's on first. Brings up Curtis Dockel, the pitcher for the Woodticks. First pitch in the dirt, ball gets away, and down to second goes Corey Poyer. Timon let that one kind of skid through his feet. Ground ball to second. Fielded and over to first to Irvine, and the put out. 2 outs. It moves Poyer over to third. And that's going to bring up Matt Schley. Well, they pronounce it Schley. Well, I'll believe them. Got the first name right anyway. He's the first baseman. Pitch is a little bit low. Nice block that time by Timon. Kept it out in front of him. Kept the runner from advancing. Schley steps back in. And it was high and away. Ball two. The 2-0 pitch is in the dirt. Ball three. Bergman into the stretch, looks over at third. And outside ball 4. And I'll be honest with you, Dan, I think that that time Bergman was kind of pitching around Schley. Schley is the cleanup hitter. And so I think he was just pitching around him a little bit. That's going to bring up right fielder Jesse Holman. Runners at the corners. Bergman's pitch is outside, ball 1. Takes a look at the runners. The 1-0 pitch, outside, ball 2. Now Bergman's missing outside. And the 2-0 pitch is outside, ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. That one caught the outside corner. Holman was taking all the way on that. 3-1 pitch is way outside. That one wasn't even close. That loads the bases. That's going to bring up Avery Masick, the second baseman. And Masick swings and misses at a pitch that was actually above his shoulders. The 0-1 pitch is outside. One pitch over the outside corner, called strike 2. Two down. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Bergman gets out of it without letting anything come across. So we've completed an inning of play, and it is the Cavaliers 2 and the Woodticks nothing. Coming up with the second inning right after this.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Stuckert Field, heading into the top of the second inning. Season opener for the Cavaliers. They carry a 2-0 lead into the second inning. Dockel on the mound still for the Woodticks. Cavs sent 7 to the plate in the first inning, so they'll start out with Jalen Williams and Logan Irvine.
Center fielder, number 9, Jalen Williams.
And then Cole Timon back at the top of the order. Jalen Williams, right fielder. Or check that, center fielder. And the first pitch. It was a little bit high. The 1-0 pitch. Still a little bit high, right just above the letters. 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 1. Dockel into the windup. Ball fouled back out of play. You know, we have an awning over us. I got a funny feeling there's going to be one coming through before the season's done. Pitch is outside. Fills up the count. And the windup. And a called third strike over the outside corner. And I don't think Williams agreed with him, but we always know the umpire's never wrong. He might be just a little short on being right sometimes, but he's never wrong. Brings up Logan Irvine, first baseman. Wearing number 44. When I had a chance to talk to him the other day, I asked him about that number 44, and we kind of came to the conclusion it was in memory of Hank Aaron's number 44, since Hammer and Hank played in Eau Claire at the same stadium the Cavs use as their home field. Called strike over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan Irvine, the big first baseman. The windup and the pitch. That one's inside. Ball 2. Counts all even. 2-2. Dockel into the windup. The 2-2 pitch, and Irvine swings, misses. Catcher misses the ball, throws it down to first, and Irvine's out. So it just goes in the book as a strikeout. Back to the top of the order for the Cavs. Number 19, Cole Timon, the catcher. I don't know if you have it in there, Dan. Can you see what Timon did last time up? First pitch is inside, ball 1. Swung on, fly ball into right center field. Right fielder camps under it and makes the catch for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning that time. So the score after an inning and a half of play, Cavaliers 2, Woodticks nothing. And we've got more Cavalier baseball coming for you on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
No, wait, no, that was Brad Serrard.
And we're back here in Bloomer. Stuckert Field. Cavs on top, 2-0. So we head into the bottom of the second inning. 2 7-inning games today. Evidently, one fan wants a little better view, sounds like.
Good cheering section.
Yeah. Erdman getting his warm-up tosses in. As I was telling you a little while ago, about a month from now, May 23rd, we'll have more Cavalier baseball for you when they host the Cadott Red Sox. That's actually the next Cavalier games after today. We're going to simulcast both on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on our YouTube channel, NLWN-TV. In the Dugout Show will be at 12:10 p.m. and live play-by-play begins at 12:30. And that's from Carson Park. We also have some equestrian events coming up. And actually, it'll be before the next Cavalier game. NLWN-TV will bring you NBHA equestrian action on May 17th when we bring you coverage of the barrels and poles from Lazy L Arena in Mondovi. The event will be recorded on Saturday, May 15th, And our coverage will begin at 7 p.m. on the 17th.
Now batting the left field.
And we're getting ready to go here. Left fielder steps into the box, Brent Sorar. Bergman at the stretch. And the pitch over the inside corner for a strike. And a swing and a miss, strike two. Got him to chase that sinker down in the dirt. Bergman in the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Scooped up there by Irvine. Throw over to first, but not in time. Good hustle by Sorar. And he beats out the throw from Cole Lekvin over to Irvine. So that'll go in the book as an infield hit. Because Lekvin actually fielded it cleanly. I'd get my tongue unwrapped around from my eye tooth so I can see what I'm saying. It brings up Trent Tozer, first baseman. Taking a look over at first, swing and a ground ball. Foul down into the third base dugout of the Woodticks. Sorar takes his lead. And the pitch is just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sorar with a short lead. And the 1-2 pitch is called, strike 3. Tozer goes down, and Jake Malinowski comes up to the plate. Center fielder. Sorar with a short lead, and the pitch is outside. One ball, no strikes. 1 out. The 1-0 pitch is outside, ball 2. Bergman takes a look over at first. Just a short lead. And the pitch is high and away, ball 3. You don't want to walk the number 9 hitter. But that's what's about to happen. And the pitch is right down the pipe. 3-1 to Malinowski. Sorar at first. Swung on and fouled off on the right field side. Out of play. And we've got a full count. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to short for 1. And they try to turn the double play. They don't get it. So Malinowski gets on a fielder's choice. And we go 6-4 on the put out at second base. That's going to bring up Noah Lane. Tried to get a little fancy on that double play. Leckman flipped it to Herman on the bag, who flipped it back to Leckman to throw over to first because Leckman was going in the right direction. Just a little bit too late to get the double play. First pitch to Noah Lane is a bit high for ball one. And the 1-0 pitch is outside, ball two. 2 down, bottom of the second. Cavs on top, 2-0. Checking the runner first. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball three. No, he called it a strike over the outside corner. A little bit of a delayed call. The 2-1 pitch inside. Ball three. Bergman's 3-1 pitch is outside, ball four. That's going to bring up Corey Poyer, shortstop. Inside for ball one. Bergman struggling a little bit, throwing a lot of pitches. Outside, ball two. And he's outside, ball three. That's 42 pitches so far for an inning and 2/3 for Bergman. He's in the stretch. And it's outside, ball three. Or check that, that's ball four. So he has walked the bases loaded. 2 outs. And that's going to bring up pitcher Curtis Dockel. First pitch, called strike right down the middle of the plate. Malinowski came way down the line that time. From third. Swung on and fouled back out of play. Just off to our right. Bergman into the stretch and just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bases loaded. Jake Malinowski over on third. Noah Lane on second, Poyer on first. Fouled straight back, look out, Dan. Cassie's ready to duck. Check swing, and he got him. He did go around, and Dockel strikes out, and no runs come across. So we've completed 2 after 2 innings. It's the Cavaliers 2 and the Woodticks nothing. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here. I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No. Not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
And we're back here at Stuckert Field in Bloomer. Dan, you kind of getting that software down?
Yeah, we're getting it figured out. It's kind of nice to do a different sport here for a while.
Yeah, you just have to make sure you're not talking about free throw percentage here or anything.
Right, free throw percentage, yards after the catch. Kind of nice coming out to a baseball field again.
Yeah, and actually, everything I was hearing about the weather that we were supposed to have today, it's actually a nice day. It's a little on the cool side, but it's nice.
Popcorn smells good.
Popcorn smells really good. We haven't checked the hot dogs yet, though. We may have to do that between games.
Yeah.
Now, how many pitches is Dockel throwing coming into the third inning here?
Dockel's up to 39 pitches right now.
So both pitchers having a little bit of control issue. All right, Cole Leckman to lead off the top of the second inning for the top of the third inning for the Cavs. Dockel still on the mound. Ground ball to third. Diving stab, throw to first, not in time. A real nice stop by Schley over at third base. Tries to come up and make the throw, and it made a bounce right before it got to Tozer, and that's the only thing that made it that Leckman beat it out for a single. That's going to bring up Tyler Herman, the second baseman for the Cavs. Pretty good lead by Leckman. First pitch is inside. Dockel into the stretch, and it got him down around the ankles. Tyler Herman heads on down to first, moves Leckman over to second. That's the second hit by pitch the Cavaliers have had. That brings up third baseman Kendron Gulo. Gulo with that wide open stance. Runners at first and second. First pitch is inside. Ball one. Fly ball into left center field. Diving catch is not made. Throw over to third, and they're going to get the force out at third. There wasn't much Leckman could do about that. He had to hold up at second because it was close enough that if he makes the catch, he'd have doubled him off a second. If he doesn't make the catch, they get him out at third. He was kind of in no man's land there. I do believe that goes in the book as a base hit, but a force out at third. It brings up Mitch Voller, left fielder. Ground ball to third. Throw over to second for one, and they don't get the relay. So they get the force at second. Voller gets on the fielder's choice. And that moves Herman over to third base. Brings up Corey Button. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Button steps back in the box. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And they don't even try to make the throw down at second as Bauer gets in safely. So now we have runners at second and third. Pretty risky to make that throw when you got that runner at third. And the pitch is inside for ball 4. Bases loaded. Brings up Corey Bergman, the pitcher. Going to try to help his cause now because the Ducks are on the pond. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Cavs up 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Tackle into the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch is over for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Corey Bergman at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Lofted foul out of play. Headed across the street. Count remains 0-2. Dackel's pitch is outside. Almost got away from Lane that time. Almost outside of his reach. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the dirt, gets away, and the runners are going to advance. Runners advance on a wild pitch. Coming in to score is Tyler Herman. And the Cavs go ahead 3-0. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now we have runners at second and third. Tackle into the stretch. And the pitch is just outside. Full count to Corey Bergman. And it's ball 4. So that brings up Jalen Williams, center fielder. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Head right on it now, head on it.
And the pitch. Long fly ball, left field. Could be. Hey, Grant. No, it's not the base of the fence. It's really hard to tell with that fence. But a stand-up double for Jalen Williams drives in 2 runs. Bergman checks in at third. Another crooked number for the Cavaliers. And they take a 5-0 lead. Brings up Logan Irvine. Boy, he gave that a ride. Right at the base of the fence is where it hit. And the first pitch is called strike at the letters. That's what we'll say anyway. The 0-1 pitch, looped out to second base, and where it's hauled in by Masick. And that'll end the inning for the Cavs, but they do some damage. 3 runs this inning, and we have a new score. Cavaliers 5, and the Bloomer Woodticks 0. And you're watching, or you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on May 23rd when the Cavaliers take on the Cadet Red Sox in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:10 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 23rd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There we go. All of a sudden, pictures weren't coming up. And they are now. So we're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cavaliers ahead, 5-0. Leading off for the Bloomer Woodticks will be Matt Schley, followed by Jesse Holman and Avery Masick. Bergman still on the mound. How many pitches is he up to now, Dan?
Burns up to 48 pitches.
40 what?
48.
48. Actually, it's good you mentioned the number 48. The Cavalier jerseys, I don't know if you've been able to notice it so far, but the Cavalier jerseys all have on that left sleeve a number 48, and that's in commemoration of the very first Cavalier manager, Glenn St. Arnold. That was his number. First pitch to Schley is outside for ball 1. Little bit of a breeze picking up. Next pitch also outside. Wind is blowing across the infield from 3rd to 1st, or from left to right. The 2-0 pitch is over the outside corner for strike 1. The 2-1 pitch. High pop-up behind second base. Coming over behind that is Leckman and hauls it in for out number 1.
Now batting the right fielder, number 20.
That brings up Jesse Holman. Holman, the right fielder. First pitch is a little bit low. Ball 1. Bergman into the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. And Bergman's down the stretch. 1-1 pitch, outside. That's where Bergman's pitches have tended to be going, outside. That one's high and a bit outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jesse Holman. And the 3-1 pitch is outside. Bergman loses him. Holman heads down to first.
Now batting the second baseman, number 25.
Avery Masick, the second baseman. Comes up, runner at first. Pitches over the outside corner, strike one. And the next one's fouled off through the trees, just off to our right. And the pitch is outside, back to the fence. Holman checks in at second. Pitch was in the dirt. Scooted underneath Cole Timon. Scoreboard says 2 balls and a strike. Is that what you have, Dan?
I don't.
And we have strike 3. Yeah, the scoreboard was wrong. The first pitch was a strike. I think the scoreboard put it up as a ball. But strike 3 on Masick. 2 outs. Runner at second. Holman. Brent Serrar comes up. Pitch is high and outside. Ball 1. Wind up and the pitch. Fly ball right behind second base. Lekvin gets under it and makes the catch. And a pretty clean inning that time for Bergman, as we've now completed 3. It's the Cavaliers 5 and the Bloomer Woodticks 0. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Your car has lost that showroom appeal? Give Kyle's Buff and Shine a call. Kyle makes it easy to bring that shine back. Not to mention, he comes to you. Kyle does exteriors, interiors, and even has an ultimate detailing package. When Kyle is done, your car will look nearly showroom new. Oh, by the way, Kyle also details anything that flies, drives, or floats. Call 715-556-2062 to book your next detail with Kyle's Buff and Shine.
And we're back here in Bloomer at Stuckert Field. By the way, in that ad for Kyle's Buff and Shine, that was the voice of Cassie, our camera person today, doing that one for us. Or should I say the dulcet tones of Cassie. Boy, I got a good eye roll out of her. All right, stepping for the Cavaliers to get things started in the top of the 4th inning. Top of the order, catcher, Cole Timon. First pitch is outside, ball one. One ball, one strike. Line shot out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Hyman rounds first. As the throw comes in. That brings up shortstop Cole Leckman. Inside, and that's a third hit batter for the Cavaliers. Leckman took that one in the midsection, just above the hip.
Now batting the second baseman, number 33, Tyler Herman.
So we have runners at first and second, and Tyler Herman coming up to the plate. Dockel into the stretch. Swing and a miss. That was a big swing by Herman. He was looking to put another 3 spot up on the scoreboard that time. And he squares to bunt. It goes foul. Interesting thought after the big home run swing on the first pitch. Square on and bunt on the next one. Bet he's not bunting this time now. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top of the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was some high cheese that time. And he knew it after he swung. Kendron Gallo is the next hitter for the Cavs. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Strike at the knees. Dockel looks in for the sign. Takes a look over at second. 0-1 pitch, outside. Count even at 1-1. The pitch is a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. Infield playing pretty much straight away. Ground ball towards short. Pick up, throw to second, 1 out there, throw to first. Not in time. Gulo gets on a fielder's choice. They double Leckman off at second. And that's going to bring up Mitch Voller with runners on the corner. Timing over at third. Gulo at first. They have 2 outs. Mitch Voller at the plate. Pitches over the inside corner. Dockel into the stretch. Swung on, high fly ball. Can he get there in time? No, it falls in. So Mitch Voller gets a base hit And then it'll advance to second on the throw because they tried to make a play at third and did not get Gulo coming into third. And coming in to score was Cole Timon. That's going to bring up Corey Button, right fielder. Dockel's pitch is over the outside corner for a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Dockel takes a look at the runners. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded to first and goes through the hole. 2 runs are going to come in to score on the base hit by Corey Button. That moves the Cavs up to 8-0. Still 2 outs. And brings up the pitcher, Corey Bergman. Long fly, but foul. Over the left field side. Nothing but a loud strike. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is high again. Ball 2. You can hear the wind picking up. Inside for ball 3. And it's high for ball 4. So Bergman walks, moves Button over to second, and that's going to bring up Jalen Williams, the center fielder. Tell you what, Dan, that wind's got a bit of a bite to it. Almost wish I brought that jacket with me now.
You just never know in Wisconsin.
No, you don't. It was beautiful when we were setting up for today. It was absolutely gorgeous. Clouds have rolled in and the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. First pitch is high. The 1-0 pitch is over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Williams. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch is outside, ball 2. Boy, you can't, if you were playing poker with this hand, you'd bet it pretty heavy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And a called strike over the outside corner. And that ends the inning for the Cavaliers, but another crooked number. Cavs had 3 more, so it's 8-0. Cavaliers after 3.5 innings. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And back here at Stuckert Field, Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow, camera person Cassie Johnson-Nelson. A lot of names there, Cassie. So we got the Cavs up on top, 8-0, heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. Scheduled to be 7. And then we've got another one coming up afterwards. Well, I think Dan's actually going to get back here in time. That was pretty quick. Dan had to make a quick little dash to the little boys' room, and I wasn't sure he was going to get back in time. But I guess when Dan's determined, he's determined.
I was hustling.
All right, we're going to
The first baseman, number 7,
get Trent Tozer, number 7, for the Bloomer Woodticks. He's the first baseman. Bottom of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. This is actually the first time I've seen Bergman work from the windup. Wheels and deals for a called third strike. You know, when there's nobody on base, he is zeroed in on that strike zone.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little more comfortable out there.
Especially when nobody is on base.
Right.
So 1 down, that brings up Jake Malinowski, center fielder. First pitch, called strike over the outside corner. Bergman begins his motion. Swung on, high pop foul. And no play made by Timon.
Good hustle, good hustle.
I don't believe he touched it, so it doesn't go in the book as an error on the catcher. Oh, Dan, I see what we got to do in between games. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball out in the right field. That falls in for a base hit. Right down by the line, but it came in for a base hit. So Jake Malinowski finds the grass out there and checks in at first. Takes us back to the top of the order. Catcher Noah Lane. Pitch is just outside. Ball 1. See, now notice, there's a runner on base. Malinowski takes his lead. Bergman outside again. I think it's that runner on base just gets Bergman a little concerned. That one's fouled back out of play. And it's fouled out of play again. Off the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Malinowski on first. Lane swings and slides it out to right field, and the throw into the infield gets past the cutoff man, but rolls over to third base. So Noah Lane's on with a single. Moves Malinowski over to second. And Corey Poyer, the shortstop, is up. Two on with 1 out. Pitches over the outside corner, strike 1. And line foul down the first base line. No balls, 2 strikes. Bergman into the stretch. The 0-2 pitch, outside, ball 1.
Oh, that's good pitch.
Timon bluffed the throw down to first base that time. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains 1-2. And another one fouled back. Dan, they keep getting closer to us. They keep inching this way. So far, they're still all off to our right. But they do keep inching closer.
Yeah, we're going to have to put up a windshield here pretty soon.
And the pitch is just outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 on. Bergman takes a look in. 2-2 pitch. Looped out, foul territory in right field. That's out of play. And it's grounded into left field, and they hold up the runner at third, and it's probably a good thing they did. So that brings up the pitcher, Curtis Dacko. As Poyer hit that single. So we've got Malinowski on third, Lane at second, Poyer on first, bases loaded, Curtis Dacko up to the plate with 1 out. Timon with a quick trip out to the mound. Bergman's pitch swung on into right center field. Cruising over there is check that, is Williams. He makes the catch, but it does score 2 runs for the Woodticks. Or check that, it's only 1 run.
Now batting third baseman number 22.
On the sacrifice fly. Brings up Matt Schley. Runners on the corners. Now with 2 outs. Fouled off to our right. The 0-1 pitch is outside. One ball, 1 strike. And a line shot out into center field, and coming in and making the catch is Williams. The sliding catch on his knees. And so the Cavaliers get out with minimal damage. 8-1 is the score after 4. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
If your estate is not looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants Landscape Design and Construction Team bring your estate up to snuff. Their professional experts can design and install retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Heading into the 5th inning, Cavaliers sporting an 8-1 lead over the Bloomer Woodticks. And Curtis Dockel still on the mound for the Woodticks. Top of the 5th, Logan Irvine coming up for the Cavs, first baseman. Boy, I tell you what, that was a couple of nice plays by Jalen Williams out there in center field. First of all, ranging over into that right center area for the first one, and then making the catch on his knees on the second one. First pitch to Irvine is outside, ball 1. And it's outside for ball 2. Strike called. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the pitch, fouled straight back, out of play. Had some families playing catch out behind us that all of a sudden had to scramble. And it's inside. Do you have a full count, Dan?
I got a full count.
Okay. Scoreboard's off by 1. And the pitch is outside. And Logan Irvine takes first base. That's going to bring up Cole Timon, the catcher in this first game. Irvine with a pretty good lead over there at first. And the pitch to Timon, fly ball into right field, shallow right field, coming on, making the catch is Holman for out number 1. That brings up Cole Leckman. So far today, well, last time up, Leckman got hit by the pitch. I do believe he ended up scoring. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Irvine at first. And the pitch is over the inside corner. Leckman took a look at that. No balls, 2 strikes. And a ground ball. Stopped at third, but he can't make a play. Couldn't find the handle after he made the diving stop by Schley. And Leckman is on with a base hit. Irvine moves over to second. That brings up Tyler Herman, second baseman.
Tyler Herman.
First pitch to Tyler is right over. First strike. Just outside. Well, he wanted to go chase that. Tyler Herman wanting to be aggressive with the bat. Dockel checks the runners. The 1-1 pitch is high and inside. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit into foul territory. Do they have a play over there? It's no. Landed in play, but Serrar and Poyer both gave it a chase, but neither one could quite get there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Herman, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kendra Angulo is coming up. Third baseman. Angulo is 1 for 2 today. And the pitch is a called strike for strike 2. Just a little bit high. Dockel checks the sign, looks at the runner, and time called. Gulo steps back in. And he calls time again. He's not liking how much time Dockel's taking on the mound. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back out of play. No, it wasn't out of play. It was in play, and the catch is made by Noah Lane right at the fence for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs that time for the Cavaliers, so we played 4.5. It's Cavaliers 8 and the Bloomer Woodticks 1. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Bloomer's Stuckert Field. Cavalier Baseball, first game of the season for the Cavs. Don't forget our next Cavalier game coming up will be on May 23rd when the Cavs are hosting the Cadott Red Sox. We're going to simulcast that like we are today on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on our YouTube channel, NLWN-TV. In the Dugout Show will start at 12:10. Live play-by-play starts at 12:30. We had mentioned the NBHA Equestrian that we'll have on May 17th from the Lazy L Arena in Mondovi. It's a Barrels and Poles event. It will be recorded on May 15th, and we'll bring it to you on the 17th with our coverage beginning at 7 p.m. We also have one on the next day, on the 18th, from the Circle T Arena in Thorpe. It's a speed event from over there, and we'll record that on the 16th, and it'll be broadcast to you on the 18th with coverage beginning at 7 o'clock. Jesse Holman is the batter for the Bloomer Woodticks. First pitch was low for a ball. And the second pitch just a bit outside. Ball 2. And pitch right down the middle, right at the letters for a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Pitch is a bit high. Count is full. Bergman looks in. And the payoff pitch. Swung on, hitting to left field, and making a diving attempt, but it's not a catch. And the throw comes into second. An attempt out there by Baller.
Now batting for the second pitch, 25.
But he couldn't quite hang on. I suspect that may go in the book as an error, but I haven't seen up by the official score yet. First pitch is lined out of play down the right field line. Avery Masick is up to bat. No balls, one strike, nobody out. Holman at first. Takes a slight lead. Pitch is outside. Bergman glances over at the runner. And the 1-0 pitch is low. Or check that, that's 2 balls, 1 strike. Bergman with the pitch. Caught the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is grounded over to first. Throw over to second to get the lead runner, and it scoots through. We're going to charge an error on the throw to Irvine. Especially when he could have just stepped back and got the out at first. So now we have runners at first and second with nobody out. Brent Serrar, left fielder. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Flipped to second for the out there. Leaves runners at the corners. So Serrar gets on a fielder's choice. And it moves Holman over to third.
Now batting the first baseman, number 7, Trent Tozer.
Trent Tozer is now the hitter. First baseman for the Woodticks. Like I said, there's runners at the corners. 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Bergman into the stretch. Little looper out to short. Caught there by Leckman. And there's now 2 down.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5.
Center fielder Jake Malinowski is now up. Bottom of the order. Grounded into the Woodtick dugout for strike 1. Bergman into the stretch. Pitch is outside, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Hop straight up. Shortstop Leckman comes in, makes the catch, and that's the end of the inning. So after 5 complete, it's Cavaliers 8 and the Woodticks 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for them, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And we're back here at Stuckert Field. We'll see if Cassie gets back from the same quick run that Dan had to make a few minutes ago.
Yeah, good thing it's the concessions and bathrooms are right next to us here. So.
Yeah, they're not very far away. As we head into the top of the 6th inning, would the Cavaliers have the lead? Boy, Cassie is a speedy person.
That was really fast.
All right, top of the 6th getting ready to start, and we have Mitch Voller coming up, left fielder. Grounded over to short, scoop, throw over to first, and Voller beat it out. The throw didn't quite get there. It had to hop, and Voller took a last leap and just beat out the throw. That's going to bring up Corey Button, right fielder. Pitch over the outside corner for strike 1.
Corey Button is 2 for 2 for the game.
And it's high and away. Throw back over to first. Back in time. Button steps back in the box. Right at the knees for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty good lead being taken over there. And fouled back into the screen.
.110 pitches right now for Curtis Stockel.
It's pretty high for this early in the season. But when you have such a limited roster, pitch is outside. Checks the runner and the pitch. Called strike 3 for out number 1.
Now batting the pitcher, number 18, Ben Bergman.
This brings up Bergman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check the runner first. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Dackel's pitch is outside. And the pitch is high for ball 4.
Now batting in the center field, number 9, Jalen Williams.
Hey, pick a good one here, buddy. Pick a good one. Come on, Niner.
That brings up Jalen Williams, center fielder. First pitch is outside, but you can sure tell Dackel's arm's getting a little weary. He's in the stretch. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2.
Get a couple, you know.
Two 2-0 pitch is outside for ball 3. You can bet that probably Jalen Williams is taking all the way on this 3-0 pitch because that would load the bases. And it just did. And the bases are loaded for big Logan Irvine, first baseman.
All right, Logan, right where you want to be, buddy.
Logan Irvine is 0 for 2 for the day.
So he's due. First pitch is a little high.
Come on, Forrest.
Second pitch is right down the pipe.
Ready, ready, ready.
One ball, one strike. And the 1-1 pitch outside. Oh, they called the outside corner. It's another one where, you know, the umpire's never wrong, but he might be a little short on being right that time. Pitch is outside. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, look. Hey, big time battle, buddy.
Pitch is low. Ball 3. The count is full. Nowhere to put him. Full count. 1 out. Base is full. And the pitch outside. Ball 4. That moves the score up to 9-1 for the Cavaliers. And Noah Lane goes out to the mound to talk with Dackel a little bit. Dackel's arm probably about 6 inches longer right now than it was when the game started. He's pretty tired out there.
Come on, drive him here. Get him in.
Uncle Timon, he is 2 for 4 for the days.
So we are back at the top of the order. Catcher Cole Timon. First pitch is called strike. Boy, the wind's getting colder, Dan. We got another one to do yet. I might steal some of them. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bases loaded.
Find the hole. Let's go.
And the pitch is low. Two balls and a strike. Cav hitters aren't going to be any too eager to be swinging the bat right now. The pitch is inside, ball 3.
You gotta love it.
The 3-1 pitch. Fly ball in the deep left field, way back, and making the catch back there is Sarar, but coming in to score is Bergman.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Cole Levin.
Boy, Timon gave it a ride all the way out to the fence. Sarar made the catch out at the fence, but it was a sacrifice fly and brings in another run for the Cavs. And we have a substitution going on right now.
Replacement, number 35, Chad Plummer, comes in for number 4, Brent Sarr, in left.
Okay, so it was Chad Plummer. Is now out in left field for Sarar. Lekvin is at the plate for the Cavs. Fly ball, foul territory down the right side, and making the catch is Trent Tozer, and that'll end the inning. So the Cavaliers have a 10-1 lead after 5.5 innings, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, May 17th as we bring you our first equestrian event of the season. An NBA chain barrels and poles event from the Lazy L Arena in Mondovi, Wisconsin. This event will be recorded on Saturday, May 15th. Our coverage will begin at 7 p.m. on Monday the 17th. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at what was turned into a chilly Bloomer Stuckert field as we head into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cavs up 10-1. What do you have that's warm to eat over there, Cassie? Flaming hot, huh? Cavaliers seem to be getting that. Oh, Dan, you're a good man. Brings a jacket up for this old man. Well, that's going to help. Boy, am I glad I got it on. Now the hurricane starts. Okay, coming up to bat for the Woodticks, catcher number 15, Noah Lane. Loops it straight out into center field, and misjudging it was Williams. He came in, but it caught the wind and flew over his head. And Lane checks in at second with a stand-up double. Yeah, Williams came in about 3-4 steps to make a play on that. He thought it was going to sink, and it didn't. It just hung up in the air and kept on going over his head. Corey Poyer is up. Shortstop. Bergman into the windup and a ground ball to second. Scoop by Herman. Throw over to first. A little bit high, but pulling it down is Irvine. Lane could not advance.
Now batting the pitcher, number 12, Curtis.
So Curtis Dacco is going to come up with the runner still on second. 1 out. Pitch is a little low for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is low, ball two. Bergman into the stretch, looks at the runner. Fouled out of play down the right field side. Two balls and a strike. 1 out. And the pitch is low, gets away. And over to third base goes Noah Lane. That one kind of scooted away from Timon. How many pitches is Bergman throwing today? He's throwing a ton as well. 108 pitches. Strike two. Full count. Bergman into the stretch. Looks over at third. The payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Only play is over to first, and he got him. 6-3 on the putout. But Noah Lane comes in to score, making it 10-2 Cavaliers.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Matt Sly.
Matt Sly, the third baseman for the Woodticks. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody on. And a ground ball to third. Throw over to first and pulls him off the bag, but missed the tag. So Schley is going to be safe. We're going to call that an error on the third baseman on the throw.
Now batting right fielder number 20, Jesse Holman.
Jesse Holman, the right fielder. Pitch is a little low outside. Ball one. Bergman into the stretch. Swing and a miss for strike. Bergman looks over at first. Swing and a miss, strike two. One ball, two strikes, two outs. Outside. Ball two. And it's fouled back out of play. Three balls, two strikes, two outs to Jesse Holman. Bergman into the stretch, and the payoff pitch. Swung and fouled off over toward the Woodtick dugout. It's another one of those situations where the runner at first is going to take off. Schley at first. He goes. Here's the pitch. Loop towards right field. It's in foul territory, and it drops in. So the count remains full with two outs. Schley's getting his workout, having to take off on the pitch. Schley over there first. He takes off. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and that'll do it for the Woodticks after 6 innings. It's Cavaliers 10, Woodticks 2, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for them. Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And we're back here at Stuckert Field in Bloomer. Dan just made the comment that these are much more relaxing than basketball games. And yeah, you're absolutely right, they are. That's baseball. It's a much more leisurely game. This one's moving along. We're heading into the 7th inning. After this inning, assuming there isn't some major comeback on the part of the Woodticks in the bottom of the 7th, we'll have another game for you. So, coming up for the Cavaliers in the top half of the 7th inning, we have Tyler Herman, second baseman.
Tyler Herman is 0 for 2 for the game.
Not for lack of trying.
Right, yeah. Got hit twice.
First pitch is outside. Looks like Taco's going to go the distance. When you're short on players, you throw till that arm falls off. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, he's up to 136 pitches right now.
And popped up into right field. It's going to stay fair, and it's going to fall in. Tyler Herman gets his first hit of the season as he checks in at first base.
Now batting the third baseman with 24, Kendrick Gallo.
Kendrick Gallo. Gulo. And we have some action going on over in the Woodtick dugout. I can't see what they're looking at over there, but they were checking something. Looked like it was right outside the fence. But Dockles into the stretch, looks over at first. Ground ball down the third baseline, fair ball. That went right over the bag, and runners are going to hold after one base. Gulo checks in at first. Herman's at second. And that brings up Mitch Voller. First pitch to Voller, grounded down the third baseline, foul.
It's just 2 for Ford today.
Hits it in the foul territory. Third baseman Schley moves over, makes a catch. So that's one out. Runners at first and second. Corey Button. Actually, it's Greg Button, isn't it? I think it's Greg. I'll have to look this up. Yes, Greg Button. And the second pitch is also a strike. We probably been calling him Corey all game, but it is Greg, and the press box is called him Greg. Pitches inside, gets past the catcher, and the runners advance. That puts Herman over on third. Gulo on first, or on second. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's going to bring up Corey Bergman. 2-0 now the count to Bergman. 2-0 pitch, high and inside, 3-0. Waiting on deck is Jalen Williams. And the 3-0 pitch, launched foul down the third baseline. Three balls, one strike. Called strike over the outside corner. Full count. Corey Bergman. And ball 4 is the call. So the bases are loaded. For Jalen Williams.
Number 9, Jalen Williams.
First good one, buddy. First good one. Head down.
Williams steps in with the bases loaded. First pitch is a strike. Herman, Gulo, and Button are on base. Or check that. Herman, Gulo, and Bergman are on base. Pitch is inside. Strike 2.
All right, here we battle now, buddy. Here we go.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Cavaliers on top, 10-2. Top of the 7th. Swing and a miss, but foul tipped. He foul tipped it back to the fence.
Ready for everything here, buddy. Anything close.
Pitch is outside. Evens the count up at 2-2. Inside. He thought it was ball 4, but it's only ball 3. But it is a full count, so we're going to have some action on the bases here.
Do it right here, buddy. Stay in there.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Everybody's going to be off on the pitch.
Battle.
Dockles in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 over the outside corner. So the Cavaliers load the bases but get nothing. And we played 6.5. And after 6.5 innings, the score, Cavaliers 10 and the Bloomer Woodticks 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, May 17th as we bring you our first equestrian event of the season. An NBA chain barrels and poles event from the Lazy L Arena in Mondovi, Wisconsin. This event will be recorded on Saturday, May 15th. Our coverage will begin at 7 p.m. on Monday the 17th. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Cavs looking to open the season with a victory, leading at 10-2. Don't forget, coming up after today's first game, we'll have our first episode of Talkin' Baseball. Hopefully we'll get Ryan Page up here to talk with us. And we'll go over some of the facts and figures. As soon as we get that third strike or whatever called, Dan's going to get ready to send stuff to us. Don't worry, Dan, the printer's on. It's ready to go. There is paper in it. And so he's going to... It's quite a complicated procedure to get the stats sent to us. But we'll get all that for you. Granted, bear in mind, ours are very unofficial. And the throw down to second. And we have the top of the second, or top of the seventh coming up, Avery Mason. Second baseman coming up for the Bloomer Woodticks. First pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. That's right where Bergman's been playing around all day. Wind up, and the 0-1 pitch fouled off on the right side. Strike two. And a called third strike. Out number one in the seventh inning. That's going to bring up Chad Plummer, the left fielder. His first at-bat of the night. Wind up and the pitch. A little bit low. And swing and a miss. The pitch was inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's outside. And the pitch, just a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike to Chad Plummer. Bergman's 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4, and he walked him.
Go get him here.
Trent Tozer, first baseman. Bergman looks in, checks the runner at first. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. Grounded over to third. Scoop there, throw over to second for the out. That's 2 down. Rulo scooped it. Tossed it over to Herman at second. That leaves Tozer on first with 2 outs. And Jake Malinowski coming up for the Woodticks. First pitch is outside. Ball 1. Swinging a ground ball. Picked up by Gulo. Tosses it over to Herman at second for the putout, and that'll do it. Cavaliers pick up a victory in game number 1 by a score of 10-2. And hopefully we will get a hold of Ryan Page as soon as Cassie can get down there and get a hold of him.
7 hits and no errors.
And the line score total for the Cavaliers, 10 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. And for the Bloomer Woodticks, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And Cavaliers have win number 1 of the season. We have game number 2 coming up. We have Talkin' Baseball coming up. And that's all coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on May 23rd when the Cavaliers take on the Cadet Red Sox in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:10 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 23rd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
Hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Time out for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back out here at Stuckert Field, and talking with us right now, Ryan Page. Hey, Ryan, win number 1 under the belt. Yep. And that's got to feel pretty good.
It does, real good.
Pick that up, there you go.
Real good.
But yeah, you had kind of a skeleton crew here, and it's Corey Bergman, right?
Ben Bergman.
Ben Bergman, yep. Okay. I don't know, we got all kinds of Corys here that aren't really existing. But Ben Bergman was out there on the mound, and some of his control struggled, especially when there were runners on. But doggone it, he only gave up 7 hits and 2 runs. You got to be kind of happy with that.
Oh, Ben pitched a great game. Definitely more than what I expected out of him. I was hoping to get about 4 innings out of him, and he just wouldn't let me take him out. He just wanted to keep on going, and as the game went on, he found his control a little bit better, so yeah, he was able to finish it out.
And who you got going in the second game today?
We got Kendra and Gulo going in the second game.
Okay. Now, you got to be kind of happy with the bats, too. You had some base of the fence shots. You came inches from a grand slam home run in today's game.
Yeah, we did. It was nice to see those bats coming alive this early in the season. First day out, especially in the cold weather like this, you just never know how the bats are going to be. And we were able to barrel them up quite often.
Well, I'll let you get back to the team because you've got game number 2 to get yourself ready for, and of course we gotta be ready for that, so I'll let you head down there. So Ryan Page, congratulations on your victory in game 1.
Thank you.
we're back out here at Stuckert Field in Bloomer after game number 1. Cavaliers victorious 10-2. Picked up a couple of, Cavs got a couple runs in the first inning and never looked back. Picked up 3 more in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 2 in the sixth. And ended up with 10 runs on 12 hits and a couple of errors. Bloomer picked up runs in the fourth and the sixth inning. I'm looking for the Cavalier pitchman. Bergman went the distance. He threw 132 pitches. That's a lot for a first game. But he went the distance, got 8 strikeouts, walked 6, only gave up 2 earned runs. For the Bloomer Woodticks, Curtis Dockel also went the distance, threw 157 pitches, got 10 strikeouts, walked 9, but gave up 10 earned runs. Leading hitters for the Cavaliers, well, several people had 2-hit days. Kendron Gulo, Cole Leckvin, and Corey Button were all 2 for 4, and Mitch Voller and Cole Tyman were both 2 for 5. For the Bloomer Woodticks, their leading hitters, well, Jake Malinowski went 2 for 4, and Noah Lane went 2 for 3. And that's kind of what happened in today's first game, where the Cavaliers come out on top by a score of 10-2. So you've been watching Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We've got Game 2 coming up right after a little between-game entertainment.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned as coming up is between-game entertainment followed by Game 2 of today's Cavalier doubleheader.